topside fishing adventures. So we're off at that again, and I've had a little think lately, and after catching some nice big breams and half decent roach in the last sort of month or so, I've had quite a few roach to £2.7, and I've had a lot over a pound, pound and a half, pound and three quarters. I've decided to do a little Roach Quest series, which is going to be like, not sure yet, probably 3, 4, 5 sessions going after big roach. Hopefully we can get something near that magical £3 mark. I know it's a hell of a thing to try and do, but I do also know I've had some very big some very big roach on lately and lost them just before the net, so that sort of disappointed me a bit, and I want to land a few of them just to see what size they are, because as I said, I've had them to £2.7, and I know I've had bigger on the hook but not landed, so it's made me want to get out there, put some effort in as much as possible, as always, and see if we can find a few very nice roach. I mean, the roach of £2 is still brilliant. If I get a few of them, I'll be really happy, but if I can get one near the £3 mark or just over, I'll be even more happy. So we'll have a good go. We'll keep mixing up our magical mix. The old ground baits and stuff that I've been doing, they seem to be pulling in the big roach, so we'll keep doing them. We'll keep adapting them till I'm really happy with them, and then we'll stop and we may start selling a few. Okay, so we're off down to Loddon again, River Jet, and we're gonna get the old feeder right out there again. Might have to try a different spot, not really sure, depends who's about, who's fishing, but most people go after daytime sessions anyway, and I want to fish into the dark, because that's mainly when you get the bigger roach. So it's not far down the road from where I live, so I'll bring you back in a little bit. It won't take us long to get there. We'll get parked up, gear's already set up in the back, so all we literally got to do is walk down to our swim, decide where we're going to fish, sort out a bit of grain bait and stuff, put some hook bait on, and get it out there. Obviously, first of all, I'll have a few casts just to get some grain bait out there. I'll probably throw some out by hand as well, just to get the swim established slightly. Not going to put loads out because we're not going to be there all night. Just going to be 3 to 5 hours, something like that, maybe. Obviously longer if things go crazy, but we'll just play it by ear as we go through the session. I've actually remembered today to bring a couple of sandwiches, which is good, and a hot flask of hot chocolate. It's a major change for me. I quite often go 9-10 hours without a drink or food, which is not really a good thing to do with it. So I'm prepared today. Let's hope the fish are too, to give us a few bites, see what we can bring to camera. Right, so I'll bring you back in a little bit. We'll get on the bank and have a few casts. Let's try and get some big roach. Woohoo! Let's go! So we've got a cloudy, overcast day. Temperature is 1 degree now. It's been sort of -2 most of the day, and I noticed that the temperatures are going to creep up to sort of between 1 and 3 degrees into the evening. So I thought, yeah, ideal time to go. That's what you want. Ideal time to get some big roach. So we're nearly there, just down the road here. Got all my gear on, as you can probably see, so we're literally ready to get out of the car and do what we've got to do. I've had quite a few questions lately actually asking how come I can sit out there in -4, -5, -6, them sort of temperatures without getting cold. Answer is, basically I wear a pair of thermal socks, thick tracksuit over the top, super dry hoodie, or Adidas hoodie, something like that, a thick hoodie, and then I put the Avid Carp fishing suit on, cook the car, so my body temperature gets up, it gets nice and warm, ready for when I get out. And I find that keeps your temperature up, and I don't seem to have any trouble. You just sort of concentrate on what you're doing, have your odd cup of coffee, give you a little boost, warm you up every now and again if you need it, and it's pretty much all I do. If you get hungry sometimes, a nice cup of soup is good. I do that quite often. That sort of, especially when I'm sea fishing, nice to get sort of like a drink and a meal at the same time. But otherwise, there's no special secret. You just got to put some quality clothing on and just get down there and do it. Don't go down there thinking, oh, it's -4 and freezing cold, I can't fish in this. Go down there thinking, oh, it's 30 degrees today, lovely and warm, I can do this, no problem. I'm here to catch a fish. That's all I do. I just think, I'm down here, I've got to catch some fish. This is my goal for the day, get some fish on the bank. Hot, cold, in between, whatever, forget about all that. Just concentrate on getting the right baits in the right places, getting a few bites and landing some fish. And you'll soon forget about whether it's cold or hot or anything like that. You'll start concentrating on the actual fishing. Too many people worry about all the extra stuff, and all you need is a rod, a line, a quality hook, a quality bait, put it in the water, and you've got every chance of catching as much as anyone else. Obviously knowing a few spots and just sort of knowing your stuff a little bit is going to help, but you'll pick it up the more you fish, the more you'll pick up the way your rigs fish. Whether you have sliding rigs on, whether you have a fixed rig on, any tangle rigs, whether you use bombs, feeders, etc, etc. You just work out as you go along. But the more you get down on the bank, the more you learn, the more fish you'll put on the bank. Simple as that. The more hours you put in, hopefully the more hours you get out of it. Anyway, I'll spin you around as we come in, so you can see what's happening, see what's in the car park, see who's in the area, and then we'll get some gear out. I'll obviously give you a little view round of what we're fishing and stuff, and show you the rod and areas. Boats and stuff probably would have changed, I'm not sure really. Not sure where the tide's going to be, not too worried about that. So, right, we're pulling up to the river, and we're now about to park up. So, we just come in past the mill on the right there, we're now pulling into the car park, and let's see who's about. There's a lot of vans and stuff, so I take it as a few people fishing. Yep, it's pretty packed. It's so packed that there ain't even a spot by the looks of things. So we'll go and have a look. We might have to move somewhere else. Well, I wasn't expecting that. It's absolutely jam-packed. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 anglers down there. But one's just packed up and there is a spot I can get into. So I'm going to get down there into that. Then I may move again later, but we'll see how we get on. So let's get a couple of rods down there and go from there. So as you can see, there's 3 anglers to my right and there's 4 anglers to my left. The only spot and option I've got really is where I've sat down between these 2 boats. I will move later on to where these 2 anglers are, because that's my spot. And there's a certain spot I will be casting to out in the middle of the water there. So I've put both rods out there. I'm not going to put loads of bait out, because I'm going to be moving spots as soon as these anglers pack up. And they say they're going just before dark, so we'll just have a little go here, put the float out, put the feeder out, have a little mess around, see if we can pull in a food fish. And then once they've moved, we'll get into their swim and we'll fish our spot. Little perch. Tiny little roach. Lovely little perch. Plenty of fish coming in. Lovely little perch. So we're getting a few roach, but they're not big enough. So it was mega busy when I got here. I had to go on a different swim because there were so many people here. But I weighed it out and they've gone now, so I'm back into my original swim where I fished last time and had the big roach. So I'll give it a few casts, see if we can get a few bites, start feeding the swim up a little bit, and we should start hooking into a few fish, and I'll be able to show you some bigger fish. So let's have a go, let's fish it in the dark. Let's see if we can get some of them big roach. So I watched the chaps empty their nets and they both had, so between 35 and 45 pound in each net. Lots of skimmers, roach, a couple of decent bream. So there's definitely a few fish in the area. So let's hope we can get some of them big 2 pound roach that we're after. I'm getting bites on the float and on the ledger, but only small fish at the moment so far. So we'll fish in the dark and see if we can get these fish a bit bigger. I'm trying to get a bit of ground bait out on the feeder rod at the moment just to build a swim up, and hopefully we'll get a few more fish coming in. Plenty of these tiny little buggers about this time, but hopefully we'll get through some of these and get some bigger fish. Just had a bream. Nice fish. See if we can get a few more. I'm getting some sharp bites now, which I think are roach. So let's see if we can get a few more. Well, I've got both rods out on the ledger now. That's what I'm going to do tonight, I think. Got one sort of halfway out across and one 3/4 of the way across. And hopefully as it gets dark now, which it is right now, just pour myself a nice hot chocolate, so warm my old hands up. Yeah, hopefully these rods will keep bouncing. I'm getting plenty of bites, but they're little fish at the moment. So hopefully they'll turn into big roach, big bream in a little while as it gets dark and we keep getting more bait out of there. I'd rather catch any fish than no fish, so it's good to be getting a few bites. There's plenty more of them little things already, but I ain't brought them to camera. I just wanted to show you food, show you what I was catching. And now we're just trying for the big roach. So cheers everyone. Let's see what we can get tonight as it gets dark. Don't know how long we're going to give it. I'm just going to fish it in the dark until I don't want it really, but I'm going to give it a good few hours. Probably at least 3 or 4, maybe 5. And just see how things go. I've got my headlamp and stuff with me, so I'll whack that on in a minute. All the lights across the river there on the houses that you can rent out, and that should come on soon. And the big light behind me should come on. Everyone else is gone now, apart from one chap down the bottom there who's just sat on the spinner piking. Strange really, everyone seems to go home when the bigger fish come in. But anything we have got against us today really is this right bottom low tide now, and that's not a very good time to fish. It's normally high tide's the best time. But it's on its way up. We should get a few hours up at least, so hopefully things will happen. I can get skimmers and stuff. I have dropped in short and I can quite easily pick up the skimmers and stuff, but like I said, I'm going for the bigger stuff a bit further out. So that's what we'll do. And I'll be back soon with a fish, hopefully. Getting rattles on this rod here on the right hand side as we speak, so I'm going to spin you around and show you what we're doing, show you the little setup, and we'll carry on fishing. So yeah, only chap left over there now. Just fishing down there on the point. Hopefully he'll get a few. And we got 2 rods out like that. And I'm sitting in between the 2 rods, ready to strike every one of them, basically. So I'll give it a while, we'll let it get dark, and let's start catching some fish. So everywhere's lit up now. Had a couple more bites, but no fish on this rod close to me, and then I've had a couple of small fish on the left hand rod. Lights behind me is all lit up as well, the car park ones. I'm the only one fishing again now, everyone else is gone, as you can see. Strange, I know it's low tide, so it's not a good time, but I think some people are fishing to the dark and try for some of the bigger fish. Well, I don't mind, we can have them to ourselves. Let's hope we can get a few. I've got sweet corn on this rod to the right, and I've got a bunch of maggots on the rod to the left. The maggots are just sort of picking up the small fish at the moment, so I'm trying to single out some of the bigger roach. It's a bit chilly, but nothing to worry about. You can put up with it. Hopefully we'll be bringing in a few fish fairly soon. As I say, I'll keep putting the old ground bait in. Yeah, I'm basically just dipping the feeders in this. I'm even leaving some of the lumps and stuff in it on purpose, so that feed off some of the smaller fish, and hopefully the bigger fish will take the hook baits. I've got a riddle on that to smooth it out, but I don't want it smooth, as I just said. I want to feed off the smaller fish, and then the bigger fish will hopefully take the hook baits. Another day at some point I'll try small boilies and stuff like that, see if a roach will take them, and the bream. At the moment we're just going to try the maggots, sweet corn, worm, and just see if we can get them feeding after dark. It doesn't look dark yet, but that'll be pitch black within 10 minutes. Got a few fish jumping around and coming up to the surface, so there's fish in the area. Just not so many on the bottom right this minute. So I'll have a few more casts and I'll let you know how I'm getting on and how things are happening during this quest for some big roach. Well, another skimmer. So I'm getting a few fish, but can't seem to find these big roach at the moment. But I'm obviously going to keep trying, so let's get the rod back out. Okay, so we've got a bream. Nice fish. Getting much bigger than them little ones we had before. Turn around on the mat. Yeah, definitely getting bigger. Slip this one back, see if we can find some of them big roach. So we're getting a few fish, but Not what we'll come after. We're after these big roach. We're getting big bream, skimmers, perch, small roach. Where are these big ones gone? I think the biggest problem is because it's low tide and we need to be high tide really. But I thought we might have a chance of getting a couple. And we still have a ship, we've still got time. We'll still carry on. We're still on this roach quest. We're hopefully still going to get some. It's about 5 now, so we've still got plenty of time yet. I'm still getting bites on both rods, pretty much every cast. Not as quick as last time, but every 10 minutes maybe. So I'll carry on trying and let's see what else we can land. Well, just had 2 big otters surface right in front of me, so that could be why I'm not finding some of the roach at the moment. We're still getting a few bream because I think there's a fair few out there. But the otters are having their dinner, so scaring my fish away. Haven't seen an otter down here before yet, so that's new to me, but they're here and there's 2 of them. Hopefully I can scare them away a little bit. I'm casting the swim feeder out a few times. And we can carry on getting a few fish. Yeah. We'll keep trying as we always do. And hopefully I'll see you again soon with a fish on my hands. Well, the old waters have killed the old bites off at the moment. It's gone dead. It's got to be because the otters have gone through. Because I'm not even getting bites off the little roach and stuff like that now, so I just poured myself another hot chocolate to keep warm. Oh, it's still nice and warm. And I've spun round, so I've got the rods facing towards the boat to the right, and I've got the orange light behind me, so I can see the tips better. I was struggling to see the tips the way around. Now I can see them like daylight, so got to do what you got to do. This is how I was fishing the other day when I had the bigger roach. It's definitely the better way around to do it. They just don't seem to be here today. We've had a couple of decent bream, we've had some small roach and perch, stuff like that, and we ain't done yet, so fingers crossed these otters will go away and we'll get a few more fish. Cheers anyway. And hopefully I'll see you soon with some big roach. So, getting plenty of these roach, but not the roach we're looking for. So we're getting a few of our target species, they're just not the right size. So hopefully we'll get a few more bites and they'll be a bit bigger. Pound and a half would be nice, but obviously we're looking for over 2 pounders if possible. But that's not going to happen on every session. We know the feed and everything's right, so we just got to keep plodding along, putting the hours in and hope for the bites. It's much slower tonight than it was in my last session that I'd put out. But that's the way it goes, that's fishing. Nothing we can do about that. I'm getting plenty of fish, they're just smaller, or they're bream. So, time is 6 o'clock now. I'm going to push on for a couple more hours yet. And I hope these bigger roach move in. Still getting bites nearly every cast. Just sitting down here on the 1 quiver tip at the moment. But as I say, most of them are little fish at the moment, so I haven't been bringing them up. I just thought I'd show you the roach. I've got a little knock again now, so could be back again soon with another one. If it's big or bigger. Okay, so I'm going to watch this bite. I'll be back again soon with another update, hopefully. Well, let's get up from that. Another skimmer, bream, but not the big roach we're after. Nice fish, but we've had big already in this session. So slip it back and let's get some more. So another bream. Whee! Slimy little buggers. At least we're getting a few. Bites are very slow, but we're getting a few fish. Well, it's 7:30 now. Still getting the odd bite. Much slower than what it was before, but I just looked at the old feet stick down the bottom there, and that's 6 foot at the moment. Last time I was getting the bigger roach and stuff, it was 9 foot, so tide's well down. But we're still going to carry on and try. Don't know how much longer we're going to give it, probably another hour and a half, something like that, 9 o'clock maybe. 9:30, something like that. Let's see how it goes. Let the tide come up. Hopefully we'll get some bigger fish. Getting a bit chilly now, the old unhook and mat stuff has froze up. Net's getting a bit frozen. Just making the old hands and toes a little bit cold, but just giving them a little rub and whacking them in my pocket for a little bit. Another hot chocolate will be going, I'll be alright again. So, they're going to have a recast on this rod, and let's see if we can get some more fish. Well, just had a clonk and bite, and that come in. Thought it was going to be a nice big roach, and it was a little teeny one. But there we go, another fish. So, just remembered, got the old rolls in the car. So, try and have one of them. Lovely. Nice cheese roll. I've got enough. One more drink on the hot chocolates, I think. So we'll have them now. Give ourselves another boost for an hour or so. See how we get on. Still getting a bite pretty much every cast. They're just not the size fish that we're after. They're taking much longer to get a bite. Probably 10-15 minutes to get a bite. But it's better than not getting any bites, so we'll keep plodding away and hope that some of the bigger ones move in. Alright, I'm going to eat these up, drink this up, and keep an eye on this rod. I've got a little tap right now, so hopefully this one's a bit bigger. Well, I forgot I bought these. I've got some glow-in-the-dark beads. They're like silicone tubes that glow in the dark. I'm going to put these just above the hook, see if that attracts the fish towards the hook bait. So let's give it a go and I'll let you know how we get on. So, basically it looks like that. Got a couple of glowing beads and a bunch of maggots underneath them. So let's get it out there and give it a go. See if I guess this bites any quicker. It's 8:30 now, so probably in the last hour now. So let's see how we can get on. Well, there's a nasty cold wind picked up now. That's making my face, as you can probably see. My hands are freezing. And bites seem to have dried right up. So I think I'm gonna have one more cast. It's 9 o'clock. And it's time to pack up for tonight, I think. We've had a few fish, we've had some roach, we've had some bream. Just none of the big roach that we came here for. Got some perch as well. I've had plenty of other little fish I'll put back I brought up to the camera. But not as prolific as it was last time we were here. Tide now is hitting 7 foot according to the stick. So really we want to be fishing it from now upwards, but not much we can do about that in any couple of times I've got. So we'll have one more cast and then I'll see you in the car with the gear packed up. Well, I packed up, called it a night. That wind was getting really cold and now it's absolutely hammering down with snow. So got a bit of everything. We didn't update you on the old beads, so them glow beads, they did work, but the funny thing was I could actually take them off, take all the bait off, put them on the hook and actually get bites on them as well from the little roach and stuff. So that's interesting, so maybe we'll try that at some point. Glow baits, I wonder if I put them in some of my special dip, it'd actually do quite well I reckon. So we've got something else new to try now as well. So right, I'm gonna turn this old car around and we're gonna start heading out. Whew. Well, the snow seemed to have calmed down a bit. So, part 1 of the quest is done. No massive roach tonight. A few nice bream, quite a few skimmers, perch, bits and pieces, so we caught fish, but none of them big roach that we want to catch. Probably due to them otters and stuff being about. Probably scared the shoals away, I'm not sure. Could be because the tide was low. Could be all sorts of reasons I suppose. Or they're just not there tonight. But we had to go and we'll be having to go again soon. And again soon after that, and again soon after that. We're going to keep going, keep this quest going. And hopefully we're going to end up with a £3 roach. If not a few more 2-pounders. Okay, so I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hello to all the new subscribers and stuff. Please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff if you haven't. Help the old channel build up a bit. So, thanks again, and I'll see you all soon in the next video. Snowing like mad again now. Have to bring you back and just show you that. Big old flakes of snow coming down. Wonder if it's going to lay overnight. Anyone else been out today and got caught in the snow and caught any fish? This is what I was sitting in a little while ago. Look at that! Woohoo! Lovely! See what I had to back up? I had this. I had ice cold winds coming in.